It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Deezer, Stitcher, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful author who was born and raised in Virginia, now living in Dallas, Texas. She's visited 49 countries. She's into boxing, exercising, and she's also a track driving Tennessean, so just driving a truck around, and has a new book out called, which is Reset, and it's going to tell you what the reset is, and she's had a successful business and talks about her life and perspective and why she wrote the book. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful Dallas, Texas, the very, very busy, globe-hopping Jen Sugermeyer. Jen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Well, that's fantastic. Glad to have you on. So you're the author of a book called Reset. It's on Amazon. You can tell us what the book is about and why it's Reset. You visit 49 countries. You're into boxing, exercising, and I guess you kind of call yourself like, a truck driving Tennessean as well, too. So, and it also just gives an interesting story on how you wrote the book. And before we get to all that, just tell us how you got started.
Well, yeah, a lot of information there. I don't know what is the saying? Not doer of all, master of none. I don't know. It was something like that. I always botch it every time, but I love to have lots of little hobbies. I don't know that I'm a master at any of them, but I like to get involved in a lot of different things. So, but I think that gives kind of a good overview of my life. It's kind of been all over the place. I've had a very unique and a wonderfully rich life, and I think anyone that looked on the outside would say just that I did very well in my corporate career. I had, was scaling the ladder, doing very well, had a house, work out a lot, had traveled a lot of really great things. But what they didn't see was that there was a lot of dysfunction behind the scenes, and that life really I tried to keep to myself, and that really kept me from having really deep, rich relationships, not just with others but with myself. And so, over time and before I knew it, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was in my mid-30s, and although I had a lot of great things I could put on my resume and a lot of pictures I could put out on social media, I was very suicidal. I was an alcoholic. I was in and out of jails. Going right into the office, and I say jails, and this was many, many times. Hospitals. I mean, just the dysfunction was just unbelievable, and I hated that person, and I didn't know who she was, and so Reset was really about hitting the reset button on my own life, and what I had done and the journey that I took was so powerful, because I tried to get things back on track for a decade. For a decade I tried, and I finally found a solution that worked for me. And I'm unique in the sense that, I'm the only Jen Sugermeyer. My story is unique to me, but I'm not unique in the sense that life just happens and it kind of piles on us. And so it's powering the mind to be our strongest muscle and work for us, not against us. So I'm kind of a nutshell. That's where that boils down.
Mm-hmm. And where you working at the time? You mentioned you climbed up the corporate ladder. Where did you work at?
I was working in a private equity company, and they they do warehousing kind of stuff. I was working in the back office, but I've had, again, a lot of different jobs. I've worked in Afghanistan, contracted to the government, and worked down at Department of State. I've had jobs all over the map and across the board between private equity, public companies, government, things like that, contracting to the government. Yeah.
And what was your favorite place to work, and what was your favorite country?
Oh, goodness. So I lived in Italy for 2 years, so I would say that's probably my favorite. My favorite corporate job. I don't know. I really enjoyed, not that this was my favorite job, but I loved being in Afghanistan. Believe it or not, I was there when when Osama was caught, so it was a really unbelievable experience. So I think just the experience itself, being over there, I would say is probably one of my favorites. It's something I would do it again. I think there was just a lot of elements to it, including some kind of adrenaline rush, I guess, over there. But yeah. So that's what I would have to say. And then living in Italy was just amazing.
That does sound amazing as well, too. And who are some of your favorite, writers growing up as well, too, since you authored a book and looking at maybe another one?
Oh, some of my favorite authors. I really liked. I don't know about growing up, but I really love like Rachel Hollis and her style. She's amazing. I've loved all of her books that have come out. So I would say I really relate and connect with her style. So she would probably I would say probably be my favorite.
And of course, we'll talk more about the book Reset and what it stands for. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with author Jen Sugermeyer on the Mike Wagner Show. She was born and raised in Virginia, now in Dallas, Texas. I guess considering herself a truck driving Texan. She visited 49 countries. She's in boxing, exercising, and more. Has a book called Reset, the 5 Steps to Reclaim Your Life. And you have an interesting acronym for Reset. But first, tell us more about the book and what does Reset stand for? The 5 steps.
Yes. So recognize, and that's really committing to wanting a change in your life. So no more excuses, and really making that commitment in your life. And I should say that within each of these, there's probably about 4 chapters or so. So we really dig deep, but from a high level. So it's recognizing, it's eliminating, and within eliminating it's where a lot of the power in your mind happens, where you start to take that negativity or your perception and you change it around. So a lot of reframing happens there. So eliminating those negative things, the things that don't work for you, any toxicity out of your life. Structure really is about putting boundaries in your life and making your mind a powerhouse to keep things from coming in and derailing you from your progress. Elevate stands for, or is really about living in the moment, finding your purpose, living in gratitude. And finally, T for transform is about having this be a long-term transformation in your life, not something you read once and forget about, or something that you hear on the Mike Wagner Show once and forget about. It is something that is a long-term change, and I give tips and tricks on how to keep that going for the duration.
And how long does this process take, say, from the recognize to the transform? How many days, weeks, months, or years? How long does it take?
Yeah, I take my clients through a 5-month program. And I would say that's probably a fair amount of time for people to go through. Obviously, you can read the book in less than 5 months, but I would say to go through a full transformation, I would say, 3 to 5 months is probably very reasonable. And I also have an online coaching program that's going to come out as well that will also be structured around 5 months.
Mm-hmm. And how do people get involved with your coaching program? Where do they go and how do they contact you?
Well, the great thing about having a last name like Sugermeyer is I'm like the one and only Jen Sugermeyer. So as long as you could spell it right, so sugar with an E, you go to jensugermeyer.com. All of my information is out there. I do speeches. I go into the corporate office and, talk about motivating the employees. There's one-on-one coaching. There's the book. So much good content. And I do want to offer any of your listeners a 10% discount if they reference the Mike Wagner Show. Feel free to contact me. I am accepting clients currently. So jensugermeyer.com. I do have social media, but you can route to everything through that website.
Ah, sounds very sweet. We'll let everybody know about that. So. Yeah, of course, especially a name too, as well too. So, and of course, having the Reset program as well too. And how does the Reset program apply into your life? It's like, how do you apply it to yourself?
It's something that literally comes up every day because it's a mindset, right? And it's keeping yourself. It's arming that mind against life's battles, right? Is kind of how I look at that. So when a situation happens, how do I respond? And so this is when you're in traffic. It's when a lot of us right now are dealing with having to stay inside, and how do you armor your mind and stay positive? And I was actually featured on CBS and did a talk with them the other day on how to stay positive in these times. So this is literally something that all day, every day, my mind is going into this reset program and just staying positive. And that's really what the T is all about, is the transformation and having this be a lifestyle instead of just something you went through once and cleaned a few things out of your closet and kind of went on with your life.
I think many of us can do as well, too. We'll talk about your upcoming plans and a possible second book. You're listening to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with author Jen Sugermeyer here on the Mike Wagner Show, the author of Reset, 5 Steps to Reclaim Your Life. We talked about what the reset means. She visited 49 countries. She's into boxing, exercising, and more. And she worked up the corporate ladder and several jobs and everything else. And of course, before getting to upcoming plans for another book, what's come up in 2020, especially during the COVID virus, how would people apply the reset method to the current COVID crisis situation?
Going back to a lot of the talk I did on CBS the other day and really promoting positivity and how we can look at this. And it's in two ways, right? And we have to acknowledge what we can control and what we can't control. And we do not control this virus. A lot of people have been, laid off. A lot of people, were stuck inside. We don't control these things that are happening. But what do we control? And that is something that we all need to focus in being in this space, right? And we could learn, we could be in fear and all the anxiety and uncertainty and let that overwhelm us, or we can say, you know what, let's take a step back and see what we can do with our time, and we can reconnect with friends and with family, and we can do, turn off the TV for a bit, and we can, pull out the games and get to know ourselves and really use this time and optimize it and bring good, because those are things that we can control. And so it's what can you control, what can't you control, and then making, putting things in a positive light, and living in gratitude, being grateful for all those little things that you do have. And gratitude can also be for what you don't have as well. And so, living in that elevated state of what do we have, and just being grateful for that and living in the moment. That's how all of those we can apply to what is currently going on today and around the globe.
Mm-hmm. And what about some of the other things they can do as well, too, besides turning off the TV, playing board games, or even turning off social media or your phone? It's like, what else can people do? It's like, maybe like some sports, or say with going on a bike, or just having pets or something, or maybe learning a new skill.
Yeah, that's right. No, I think you got a whole lot of those in there. And it's keeping that mind and the body healthy in whatever capacity. So whether it's running outside or just getting a little fresh air going outside. But one thing I would really encourage everyone to do is, this time really is a gift that we have, and we need to put ourselves in that mindset of what can we do? What can we optimize this time doing? And I really would like to encourage people to reconnect with themselves. And I actually just put a freebie out on jensugermeyer.com in ways to do that. And it's what I call Date Yourself, and that has nothing to do with if you're in a relationship or not. It's treating you the way that you would date you. And so I give a lot of tips and tricks. Again, it's a freebie that's out on my website. So that's another thing you can do. You can go out there and just start to reconnect with yourself as a human being. And it's just, we've taken a step back. We are not having to deal with all the traffic and the chaos of today. We can just take a moment, be at peace, go take a bubble bath, and reconnect with ourselves, and have that project, or do a puzzle, or ride a bike around the lake.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, speaking of projects, what are your upcoming plans for 2020?
Yeah, I've got a lot of them, so I'm optimizing this time. I am currently recording my Audible, which has been really interesting. This will be my first Audible, but it's great. So I should have that wrapped up here in the next couple of months. I mentioned my online course. I just need to finish recording the videos for that, and then that will go up online. And then I have also started my second book. And then I plan on doing a TED Talk as well. So all of those, that will probably keep me busy until the end of the year. But those are kind of my four main things that I'm looking at for 2020.
Sounds great. Looking forward to having you on and keep us up to date, and give us an update to all your ventures as well too. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh, my biggest influence. Boy, I think. That's a really good question. My biggest influence. My coach, I had a wonderful coach that was going through, that helped me through all of this. We had an intense, very 6 months. And she just really has been such an impact. And I found someone that had not the same story, but a lot of things that I could draw from. So I would say my coach, who's in Michigan.
That's amazing. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
We're going to get through what we're getting through. Like, life always continues. The world is not ending, and you have all of the power in your mind to make your world what you want it to be. It's all about perception. And so really strengthen that mind to be your strongest muscle, to work for you, not against you. So just stay positive. We're going to get through this. Go out on jensugermeyer.com, grab your freebie. And I do have the book. The price was just dropped at a discounted rate, so everybody can go out, get that. And armor that mind.
Sounds great. Okay, and once again, author Jen Sugermeyer of the book Reset, 5 Steps to Reclaim Your Life, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Jen, thank you very much for your time. You've been fantastic. Once again, what's your upcoming projects? What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase your books?
Yeah, so Audible is coming up. We've got the Audible book. We've got the online coaching program. Looking at some TED Talks. I got the second book in the works. Go to jensugermeyer.com. Sugar is spelled with an E. It has all of my information, including my social media. You can get links to the books, my one-on-one coaching programs. I go into the corporate world. I will speak at your events, make them meaningful. And there's a freebie out there right now, so I encourage you to go download that as soon as you can. It'll be out there.
Sounds great, Jen. Thank you very much for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date, and love to have you back on in 2020. We're looking forward to what else you have.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.